Hello, ladies and gentlemen, I am your host, Locum23 here. You're joining me back for Choices, Crown of the Flame Book 1, Chapter 11, The Technocrats. Now, playing as Kenna, you and a small group are wandering through the desert, south of Aurelia, towards the city of the Technocrats. It's so fast. Legends once said that this desert marked the end of the world. It does, in a way, as these sands stretch all the way to the sea. Being out here is better than dying in the blasted mountains. Worry not, this desert provides plenty of opportunities to die. Yeah, ever since Kenna showed up, it's just one near-death experience after another. This journey hasn't been easy, so thanks for sticking with me. But complaining won't help. Thanks for sticking with me. I couldn't have done any of this without you. Oh well. You're welcome. But those technocrats better be worth all this trouble. They have to be. We need their technology. I've gathered an army of foreign soldiers and mercenaries. Thanks to Annalise, I've got the money to feed and equip that army. But all of that won't mean anything if we can't break through Stormholt's walls. So, for all of our sakes, I hope these technocrats have some siege weaponry that will be up for the job. How much do you know about them, Raiden? It's fair to say I know more than most, but most people know nothing at all. What do you want to know? What do I want to know? Where do they come from? Are their inventions that good? What are they like? Unfortunately, I've never had the pleasure of meeting one, and the stories vary wildly. Some say the technocrats invented their own language, one so efficient they never say more than 10 words at a time. They must never have much to say then. Well, other people have you believe that the technocrats only eat a stew made of sand and algae. This is all rumor, you understand. The technocrats rarely leave the foundry, the city's center, and it's even rare that anyone reaches them. I find that hard to believe. This desert might be an annoyance, but it wouldn't stop a determined general from conquering them. I didn't say it was the desert that stopped them. You reach the top of a sand dune. Oh. In the distance, the walls of the massive labyrinth tower over the landscape. They say the maze is impossible to solve. Worse yet, the passageways are thick with traps and other dangers to foil would-be invaders. And here I thought our odds wouldn't get any worse. I agree with the mercenary. Give me battle any day over wandering through some maze. I don't care what's in that labyrinth. I'd face 1,000 traps if it meant reclaiming my home. Brave words. Yeah, we'll see how well they hold up. You make your way towards the labyrinth. Now playing as Dominic. Hearing a commotion from the front of the castle, you hurry over to investigate. In the courtyard, you find Rose, Tristan, and many other servants, watching as several large wagons roll through the front gates. What is all this? I thought we had already received our food shipment this week. Tristan, come on. Don't be like that. I know you know something. Fine. Those carts aren't full of food. I overheard a guard saying they're for the new weapons master. A new weapons master? This must be the secret weapon I heard about. What happened to the old weapons master? I heard some of the soldiers talking. They said Prince Marco blamed him for his defeat at Ariella. He accused the weapons master of giving them faulty equipment and threw him in the dungeon. Marco's turning on his own people now? He must be getting desperate.
Look there. I've never seen that woman in Stormheart before. She must be the new weapons master.
A dark-haired woman hops down from one of the wagons and bows to Prince Marco.
My dear Hex, you certainly took your time getting here.
1,000 apologies, my prince. You know how I am with the new project. I simply couldn't bear to let this one out of the house until I was sure it was perfect. That and our little beast of a power source gave us some trouble on the road.
Hex walks to the last wagon. Little more than a large iron box on wheels. She knocks on the box, speaking in a sing-song voice.
Isn't that right, beast?
Something slams against the inside of the box, making the guards on either side of it jump.
Hey, settle down in there.
Dominic, what do you think's in that cage?
If it's part of their new weapon, it must be something awful. Maybe we can sneak a little closer. Look when...
This is exactly why I didn't want to tell you. You're just going to drag us into your schemes and get us all killed.
Tristan.
No, Dom, I told you already I'm done. And you should be too, Rose.
Tristan storms off.
He didn't mean that. It's been hard since our mother.
I should... Give Rose a hug. Cheer her up with a joke. Give her a hug. Rose leans against you, wiping a few tears from her cheeks.
I'm sorry.
Don't apologize. Margaret was like a mother to me, too. But I can't imagine how much worse it is for you and Tristan.
Every morning I wake up expecting her to be there, chiding me for sleeping in or humming to herself as she cleaned. But she never is. She never will be again.
Rose holds back a sob, burying her face on your shoulder. You hold her close until her tears subside. Just remember that she died a hero, protecting the innocent.
You're right. She was so brave. I hope I can be as brave as she was. Thank you, Dom. I don't know what I'd do without you.
I'm here for you, Rose. Whenever you need me. Now Blink's gonna... You and your companions walk the desert sands, drawing ever closer to this towering labyrinth. Careful. We shouldn't assume the traps will only be inside the labyrinth's walls. Agreed. We should keep our eyes peeled for any sign of...
You! I see you over there. If you're looking for trouble, you found more than you bargained for.
Who are you talking to?
I'm talking to the scrawny mutt hiding behind that rock. Come out before I drag you out by your ears.
Slowly a young man emerges from behind a boulder as he shows you his empty hands. You see that one is mechanical below the elbow and the other below the wrist.
Sorry, I didn't mean any harm. Please don't hurt me. That's exactly what we're going to do if you don't do what we say.
We should stop bullying him. He's just a boy. Watch him close. He could be dangerous. Stop bullying him. He's just a boy. He's obviously not a threat, Belle. Relax.
Sorry, it's just I've seen boys younger than him who would take your ear off as a joke.
What's your name?
It's Whitlock. I'm just trying to get to the foundry. I heard I'd be safe there.
Who told you that?
The old blacksmith who worked in my town before the Blood King's troops came and took everyone away. He said that there's no war in the foundry and everyone spends their days building and learning. I'm miserable at fighting. Making things is all I'm good for.
Well, Whitlock, we're trying to get to the foundry too. Do you want to join us?
Really? You'll let me come with you?
I'll take that as a yes. Let's go. I can see the entrance right over here. Passing through a rusty archway, you and your companions take your first steps into the labyrinth. So, just what kind of mortal danger should I expect in here?
It could be anything. Poison spikes, walls that move together to crush you, hidden pitfalls.
A death trap. Wonderful.
It's not technically a death trap. It's more like a test or a riddle. We have to solve it to prove we're worthy of meeting the technocrats. Leon walks over to a spot where several arrows are stuck into the wall. He taps the shafts with an armored finger.
People don't shoot arrows or riddles.
We should find a way to mark our path. If needed, we can retreat back through the entrance. Behind you, a 2-story tall metal door slams down over the archway, completely blocking your escape. Looks like the only way out is through. Just look at this place. The sheer scale of it boggles the mind. These gears over there are massive. As Whitlock moves ahead to examine some machinery, you pull your companions aside. What do you think of him? He seems innocent enough, but then, many dangerous people do. We should try to find out more about him. His story doesn't add up. He's just a kid, but he made it this far on his own. He's not telling us everything. And what happened to his hands? You know I can hear you. Oh, sorry. If you must know, I lost them while I was an Esquire of Narakis Knight. Not a job I would recommend, by the way.
You were in the Narakis army?
Briefly, yes. I'd be happy to tell you the whole story. All you had to do was ask.
Want to learn about Wixlock's Journey Labyrinth? This is a chance. Don't worry, it'll be by diamonds. Ta-da! Hear a story? I would love to. But of course we can't.
Suit yourself.
Whitlock moves on down the corridor, examining the machinery in the walls.
Wonderful. Let's just blindly trust every stranger who conveniently stumbles in our path.
I didn't say I trusted him, Leon. What's done is done. I suggest we keep an eye on our new companion until we're sure he means us no harm. Way ahead of you. Be on your guard, everyone. Let's see what the labyrinth has in store for us.
Now, playing as Dominic. Later in the day, you and Rose are turning an investigation in the Iron Cage.
Only 2 cards. I bet we can draw them away with a distraction.
I've got an idea. You remember that time I shook out a bag of flour too close to the oven?
Like I could ever forget. You could have burned the place down.
Right. Well, this time, we'll be more careful. Come on. All right. I've got a clear view of the guards through this window. Ready?
I suppose. Do not try to light the entire kitchen on fire.
I'll do my best, promise. Rose scoops a large handful of flour out of the bag and blows it towards the open door. You focus on the fire burning within you, and I need to conjure a flame. Let the fire fizzle. Conjure a flame, of course. You concentrate, blue flame flickers to life in your hand. This ought to make it extra spectacular. You reach into the cloud of flour with a burst into brilliant flames. Whoa!
My gods!
A gigantic fireball explodes out the window, shooting into the courtyard.
That was spectacular, all right? My heart's pounding like a hammer.
Hey, what the hell's is going on over there? Blasted servants, we'll never hear the end of it if they burn down the kitchen. Better check it out.
It worked. Both guards are headed this way.
I'll keep them here as long as I can.
You run out the side door into the courtyard. Once the guards are out of sight, you sneak over to peer through one of the small box windows.
Alright, let's see what kind of monster we have here. Whoa. You jump back, barely avoiding the woman's clawing hands. You're no monster. Why are you in a cage? What do you have to do with that weapon? Woman's gaze flicks down your chest and she stiffens. The flame? Wait, you mean my brand? You've seen it before? You know what it means? Do you? No. The woman reaches up with chained hands. She pulls aside the collar of her shirt. You have it too? Who are you? Shia Ruka. Sia, my name's Dominic. Where do you... You're interrupted by the sound of clanking armor and spot two guards coming around the corner.
Didn't I tell you we'd catch hells for leaving our post?
Uh-oh.
Just shut up and unlock the cage. Lady X isn't the patient type when she's running her tests.
I have to go, but I'll come back, I promise. You take one last look at Shia, then run for the castle before you can be seen. After progress. You chose not to listen to Whitlock's past. You will remember that, which unfortunately I wish I would have. Kind of reminds me of Full Metal Alchemist if you ever watched the anime. Prestige. Pretty much troops. 53 out of 55. So we're doing pretty good on that. Choice is 40 out of 110. Which, when you're stuck behind a diamond wall, what do you have to do? So, hope you guys did enjoy that. I myself did. And remember, until next time, feel free to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And have a good one.